Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is finally Bloodthirsty Thursday. We got one more day to go till we get to Fiendish Friday, TGIF. Hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that jazz, because that's what's most important in life, is keeping yourself happy. And do please like, share, and subscribe. I see that we're jumping in numbers, and that makes me happy. And so please tell your friends, your family, whoever that likes these kind of films, please shoot them my way. See if they like my opinion on a movie, or like looking at my face, because I like looking at your guys' face. You guys are all beautiful, and I love each and every one of you, even the ones that don't love me. Anyways, let's get on to today's movie, y'all. It's a good one. It's one I planned on reviewing like 2 weeks ago, something like that. Actually, I think it was more like 3 weeks ago, February. It was back then, it was going to be a Fiendish Friday, but things didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and I wasn't able to do a video that day. So I'm making up for it today with that film. I was originally going to do it tomorrow, but after watching something earlier this week, I knew right away that I had to do some switching around on the format for the week. I went ahead and dropped this down to Thursday, even though this is an amazing film and it deserves a Fiendish Friday slot. That's how good it is. It's just the movie that I happened to watch earlier this week blows it away. It really spoke to me, and it was just so damn good. Now let's get on to this one. This one's from 2006. I got the Possession edition. It's running about an hour and 27 minutes. At least that's what it says on the back of the case. I don't know if there's any other cuts, or if there's a longer cut or a shorter cut. I imagine this is the most complete cut there is, being the Possession edition. It is quite the behemoth of a collection. It's 5 discs. And it stars Bethany Newell, Perry Tibiero, Jessica Kennedy, A.C. Ehring, Meghan O'Halloran, Peter Schmidt, and Billy D. Martin. And this is directed by none other than Fred Vogel. And this is the Redsin Tower. Yes, what a fantastic movie this is. I absolutely love and adore this. This is very good. Like I said, this is the Possession edition. You open it up here. It's got your first disc. Here is your feature. You got 4, 5, count them, 5 different discs of special features, making of, costumes, designs, design of one of the creatures in it. It's a solid release, and this is one of those, if you can get your hands on it, do grab one, because this is worth it. Most people talk about toe tag being nothing but gore and all that stuff. This is a very well-rounded film, and it does have the gore. It does come through on that end, don't get me wrong, but there's actually a good story here. Unlike a lot of gore films, their stories are hit or miss. This one, it works perfectly. Now, what is it about, you ask? It's about this girl who just recently broke up with this boy, who is completely batshit crazy. He is unable to come to acceptance that the relationship is over and that he needs to move on. One of those type ordeals. He quickly becomes a very evil type dude, because he is doing everything he can to spoil everything for the night for the girl. Anything that can can hopefully deter her to want to be back with him. Like there's going to be this giant party, and you get to see Fred and Shelby Vogel, and they just crack me up in this scene. They're asking if a girl wants to have a threesome, which is it's pretty funny stuff. Fred's got rocking some cool dreadlocks in there, and then Shelby, she's always looking beautiful as always. I like Shelby; she's cute to look at. And then who else do we got in there? The Bethany Newell character, she's kind of cute. Perry Tibiero is, I believe, he's the one that plays the jealous ex-boyfriend, and he is nothing but a prick in this movie. He's one that I had no qualms watching him get his ass beat a few times in this movie. Because like you go like back to that scene I was talking about with Fred and Shelby in it, there is a party that's getting ready to go on, and they're all getting ready to go there. It's a big old rager. I'm guessing they're supposed to be high school kids or underage at or something or other. Even though they don't look underage, at least most of them don't. The only one that doesn't is the boyfriend and the ex-boyfriend, and the ex-girlfriend looks slightly suspect on that 21-year-old range. She might be 21, she might be 22, but my guess is she's only 20 years old. But that's neither here nor there. She's of legal age, so there's nothing wrong. You do, however, get to see her butt naked. Very interesting scene when that happens. Back to this party scene, this little twerp that busted up. He calls the police on him, and the Fuzz show up and bust the party. Now, you don't see the Fuzz come in and do this, but you know all about it because the kid has made it very clear that he has done it. So they decide they're going to have another little small get-together, and they're going to do it at the Redsin Tower, which the Redsin Tower has a long history of being a possessed a building that's full of possessed spirits, and lots of bad things happen there, including the man Redsin. He would kill and torture people for spiritual spells like sex magic type stuff, and it left a residue of his spirit and all of those tortured souls left in the Redsin Tower. So they decide, let's go there and have our party. Perfect spell for disaster. They get on their way. They're going there. They stop at a local gas station or liquor store or whatnot, and there's this magic dialogue between this lady and the two guys working behind the counter, where she wants to take a shit and they won't give her the key to the bathroom, and they want her to pay money to get in there. And all the while behind them is this board that has like all their pictures on it, and it has all these stars under, and then there's two categories under each name, and it's male and female, and most of them have stars on the female side are very there's a lot of them, unlike the male side. And it's basically, it turns out it's a contest that the employees are having there to see who can piss off the most customers, make the most customers cry, make them mad, whatnot, upset them in some way, shape, or form. Funny little scenario. In the whole process, the one guy, he is one of the guys, he's in there witnessing it, and they decide, oh yeah, you're cool enough, dude, we're going to give you that stuff for free that you want. And so they give him all of his booze and a pack of cigarettes and call it good. And then they tell him as he's leaving, if you see that lady out there, kick her in the face or punch her in the face or some shit like that. It just cracked me up. And so when they're out there, that little twerp kid runs into him on his bicycle, decides he's going to start getting physical with the girl, with the ex-girlfriend. They quickly jump on him and attack him and beat the hell out of him. My only beef I had with it is one of the girls that, yeah, I get it, they're not really friends and they just met, but if somebody's getting their ass beat right next to you, you're not going to just sit there and smoke a cigarette. Chances are you're going to have some sort of reaction, unlike what she did. She had zero reaction, and it kind of made me laugh a little. I'm like, wow, what a classy individual this one is. She's getting beat up by a dude, and she's just sitting there watching it happen. Like, what the hell? Like, what kind of a person does that? So the guys come out, beat the living hell out of Twerpy Kid. They decide then now they're on their way to Redsin Tower. They get there. Possession stuff happens. The Twerpy Kid shows back up. It just goes really crazy in there. There's a cool little bird scene thing in there. There's a great little dialogue with the guy. There's a guy who he's kind of they call him, they're like calling him like chubby and stuff like that. I wouldn't call him chubby. He's just a husky dude. He has this great dialogue about how the tower's possessed and things like that. That is very, very well done. Good acting on his behalf. For the most part, the acting is pretty solid in this. I don't really see any beef or problems with this one. It's really, really well made. So let's get over on my technical side, or I don't want to give any more else on the story because it's one that I feel you guys need to watch. I highly, highly recommend this. If you can't get the Possession edition, there is the regular single disc edition, and it's still the same film. It's just cheaper. It doesn't have all the cool bells and whistles that this one does. So if you can get a copy or watch a copy, do yourself a favor and check this out. It was really fun. So let me go over on my technical side of ratings. Like I said, this one's very well polished. The acting's pretty good. The story develops very well. Not really any giant gaping plot holes to make you really shake or scratch your head and in disbelief and wonder what you just saw. Which there are movies that have plot holes like that. It just blows my mind. Anyways. I watched one last night that had a big old plot hole in it that had me scratching my head like really? Yeah, it's one I'm going to review next week, though. So look for that one next week. It's a good one. Uh, anyways. So I'm going to give this thing a 4 on the technical side. It's very well done. Let's roll over on the entertainment side. This thing is so well done and so cool, and the story is awesome. The acting is great. The effects are so badass as always. The actors, you can kind of like get behind most of them and actually care for them, unlike most films where they have the typical body count, but it's a lot of characters you don't know or don't either care to know or have any kind of sympathy for when they die. Unlike these ones, there's a few of them that you actually you like, and you don't want them to have problems. And it's not just the ex-girlfriend. There's a couple of characters in here that I'm like, oh man, that kind of, it raised the stakes and it made the odds like go against them, and it made a much more impactful film. And had they not done it, I don't know if I would have liked it as much. So you find yourself liking characters in this. So it's a well-rounded film, and I'm going to give it a 4 on the entertainment side. So this thing's got an 8 out of 10. That's an amazing number in my opinion. Do search this one out, check it out. It's amazing. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I got to run over to my mom's and see her and all that jazz, and then come back to quarantine. All right, guys. Hopefully y'all are staying safe and not getting sick on all that stuff on me. Love your faces.